It's daybreak in Torquay town centre. Carters are about to open for another day's business. Staunch conservative, Mrs. Torquay hasn't had a wink of sleep, after local activist, and Queen of Town Centre Hearts, Miss Tracey Ireland, released another one of her videos last night. Tracey wants to shame Torquay Council into dealing with the local slum housing and rogue landlords. Mrs. Bay has decided that it might be time for some cross-party consensus to get Tracey Ireland thrown off Torquay Council's case.
Oh, Mrs. Bay, I am feeling so tremendously positive, on this blessed morn. Torquay looks so beautiful, doesn't it? I have just watched the homeless people dancing and singing with joy, as they awoke from their slumbers in an empty shop doorway, and those from the Leonard Stocks homeless shelter, were all in Castle Circus dancing, clapping, and raising their hands, as they looked upon this ivory tower, where I am sat, giving thanks to me, and the full host of Liberal Democratic coalition.
If you must say so, Mrs. Love, I'm really not here to examine your sanity, but as a matter of interest, have you managed to speak to anyone about that unusual yellow countenance of yours? Or like me, are you waiting in the wings for Boris to bring in the private health care companies that we need to replace the National Health Service he has so wisely driven into the ground to protect us good people from the many germs that encompass the wretched poor in state-run hospitals and doctors' surgeries?
You really don't get it, do you, Mrs. Bay? The fact is, I am being daily filled with the Liberal Democrat spirit. It is shining through me. It has descended on me, for I am obedient to the calling of my party.
I had to ask Mrs. Love, for you are exactly the same colour as those beloved party members that rest in Lady Margaret's, our town hall vault. They haven't made a speech in the Meadfoot room since Mr. Stanley Baldwin occupied number 10 Downing Street, and further, seem unlikely to ever do so again. However, I am here to discuss a most important matter.
Important matters, important matters. We are Liberal Democrats, Mrs. Bay. We don't deal with such things. As it happens, it is my dressing up day today. My lady-in-waiting will soon bring me a fine costume to wear, and she will adorn me in gold chains placed around my neck. Then I shall go among my people. They shall fall and worship me. For I am, as it has been decreed, her worshipfulness.
Before you depart further into that fanciful and deluded world of yours, Mrs. Love, I implore that you agree to assist in ridding ourselves of the greatest rebel in Torquay's history, namely Miss Tracey Ireland. How dare she try to shame us into getting rid of the slum housing? It's utterly scandalous. She would even force my darling daughter Cordelia to replace missing panes of glass in her tenants' window frames. It is an outrage, an insult beyond measure.
Tracey Ireland is a thorn in my flesh as well, Mrs. Bay. She had the audacity to say that I pledged to license landlords, just to pick up enough votes to win the last election, and once in power, I broke my promise to the people of Torquay.
Well, Tracey Ireland does speak the truth, Mrs. Love.
So, we are able to agree on one thing, Mrs. Bay. Tracey Ireland must be taken out, and very soon indeed.
Meanwhile, at Thatcher's on Ilsham Marine Drive, the home of Mrs. Bay's daughter, Cordelia Palm Bay, who, as it so happens, is Torquay's wealthiest landlady. Cordelia is receiving a call from one of her many prison governor friends called McKenzie.
Cordelia, my old fruit, how's life on that lovely English Riviera of yours?
Even better, if you've rung to tell me that you've found another bum that can fill a room of mine. I have vacancies along Melville Street. Don't let on that the nauseating community group has paid for cameras up there. I know how important my tenants' privacy is to them.
Well, I've got this old biddy for you. Her probation officer doesn't want her to come to Torquay because she torched a friend's house there. Quite a little character. The problem I have is that no other council or landlord will touch her with a barge pole. She's considered to be too much of a risk to their communities.
I don't mind if I get the right price. She could have started the Great Fire of London, for all I care.
You're an absolute bloody angel, Cordelia.
You must come down and visit our beautiful bay. McKenzie.
For own well-being, I shall give that offer a miss, Cordelia. It would turn out to be a bus man's holiday for me. I'd keep bumping into all those cons that I've sent to Torquay over the years.